We like old adverts.
Hello and welcome to another episode of We Like Old Adverts. As ever, I am Jim Campbell. I'm joined by Joe and Conal Deeney. And today we're joined also by Bilal Zafar, Edinburgh Comedy Award nominee and Twitch streamer. You can find him streaming interactive comedy shows, including the Hot Pepsi Football Manager, in which he plays a manager losing the plot on Pro Evo, as well as his acting school of excellence and writing The Coda, where he and his audience write a feature film script together. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. So that's there's quite a lot going on there. And it's all slightly mad.
Yeah, it's nice. It's I think Twitch it's a bit like having your own TV channel. So you can have whatever you want happening. I guess you get to be really creative, and it has to be mad, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, absolutely. So it's got to stand out, hasn't it? So we've obviously tasked you with bringing us an advert of your own that we can pour over. So we're going to take a look at that in a minute. But if you want to see regular videos on some of the funniest and weirdest adverts you can find on the internet, then hit that subscribe button. And once you've subscribed, let us know in the comments so we can say hi and say thanks. So without further ado, let's have a look at our first advert.
Football crazy, chocolate mad. Grab a Powerpodz, play football with the lads. There's a microstar in everyone, a hero in your hand. They're the greatest players from best leagues in the land. Football crazy, chocolate mad.
Powerpodz, put a hero in your hand.
Powerpodz!
Love it. I just want to take a quick vote. Who is football crazy and who is chocolate mad? I mean,
I am.
Both. And I'd never considered putting them together before. But actually, that speaks to me in so many ways, that advert. Some really great retro choices of players there as well. Freddie Lindbergh, bit of Mark Viduka.
I like it when it says have a hero in your hand. We zoom in onto the eyes of Mark Viduka. I was a big fan of that.
It's a shame it's a bit old and pixelated, that advert, because I couldn't quite tell who a lot of the players were. And also did you ever get any of these?
And I didn't know they existed.
Oh,
I knew about the kind of bobblehead thing, but the big-headed football figures. But I didn't know they came in a Kinder egg.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
In a chocolate thing. I think I got a few, and I support Arsenal, and I think I got one Arsenal player, which was Gilberto Silva, and it didn't look like him at all.
You can't have that. If you're gonna, because what they've done there is they've taken the bobblehead and they've taken the Kinder egg and they've somehow improved on both. Right, that's such a win. That is such a win. But if then the footballer doesn't look like the footballer, you're falling down on the most important bit.
How big were they, Bilal?
Not that big. They're little.
Yeah, I just didn't know if they came like an Easter egg. Yeah.
No.
Massive statue, like.
Yeah, they're not statues.
That was just
Powerpodz.
Side.
Yeah,
I really liked the two lads at the end.
I'm gonna say that
They looked like gammon waiting to happen, didn't they? They're just so serious.
Like two bouncers from Bugsy Malone. You know what I mean? Threatening you down the lens.
Yeah, they definitely grew up to be hooligans by the look of them. They weren't happy to be there. Like,
no, but clearly they've been cast because they look like adult football thugs, despite being children at the time.
So that's the target audience for it. Little boys that look like angry football fan men.
Yeah,
naughty boys.
Bullies, basically.
They're a dedicated demographic.
Bullies. We really want to target this to bullies.
Yeah,
what they said.
Because
actually,
Jim, do you remember when we went to a stag do in Essex, didn't we? We were walking around the grounds outside, and you went, "Oh, look, that registration plate says Rob Lee." Like,
yeah,
that's weird. And then you came to me later with a bobblehead of Rob Lee, and we realised I think we're in his house. I think
we thought we were on a stag in Rob Lee's house. It turned out I don't think we were. I think we determined somehow that it wasn't. But it was suspicious, right? It's a personalised number plate and a bobblehead, and there were loads of Spurs bobbleheads and just one Newcastle one. So it's like,
is this true?
Yeah, no, this is absolutely true. And
also, such a weird story.
Remember, there was also a copy of Mein Kampf in the bookshelf, and you signed it all the best Adolf and left it there. Do you remember?
I do remember.
It was a really odd weekend. And on that, let's move on that bombshell. Let's move on to our second advert.
that's legit. That is official.
Yeah, I mean, how have they got away with that? It's absolutely outrageous.
It's got the feeling of those, you know, the Minnie Mouse and Goofy cartoons on the side of ice cream vans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or them spray painted pictures of Tina Turner and Bruce Springsteen on like the fairground rides.
Oh
Yeah.
God, that is how it feels. Yes, yes. Or when you go bowling and you got little animations on the TV. That kind of awful.
There was that South Korean news network that would do sort of like weird and finally stories from the UK and animate them as well, and sort of they always look really weird and uncanny valley, and it's got a similar it's like that as well. There's so many weird things mashed together, and it doesn't make any sense that the air conditioning turns them into a block of ice and they get into a freezer to defrost, and then a fish jumps out after them.
And then Jerry gets big for no reason.
Yeah, it doesn't
really.
Why isn't he always massive if he can do that well? But it's just when he's massive. My favorite bit of the whole advert, Tom takes a banana out of the fridge and throws it really hard at the mouse's face.
And that makes him shrink again.
Brilliant.
But you wonder how long they've been trapped in this nightmare that he's worked out. To shrink the mouse, he's got to hit it with a banana. Like, there's got to be a lot of trial and error involved in that thought process.
It's weird. And why does Jerry just goes massive? Yeah, with no, it doesn't say why. How did it happen?
And why is that meant to make us buy a fridge?
I like the graphics at the end. Tom and Jerry stand on the like logo graphic thing as if to say, and there you have it. It's like, have what? I don't know what's going on.
They seem to be a company that's trying to flog too many different things in one advert. It's like, we've got dishwashers and TVs and all these other things. Air conditioning. Pick one. We'll work on from that. Like Sony have got the PlayStation, and I imagine their tellies are all right as well, and their fridges. But I don't need an advert for a Sony fridge. It'll be fine.
And also, I mean, it's moot anyway, isn't it? Because they've confused us all so much. We're not even 100% sure it is for any of those things.
I've never seen the kind of ice cream freezers that you're getting off licenses advertised on the telly before. That was a nice little,
Nice,
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
yeah.
They should have just had that sort of thing. Just freezers for off licenses.
Yeah.
Maybe
Tom and Jerry.
yeah. There's a big demand for them in Vietnam. I think it's a Vietnamese advert.
No idea.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you know when it's from?
It could be
Any
from
idea?
It could be from between 1981 and 2021.
Yeah,
exactly.
It could have come out this week, or it could have been on a CD-ROM. Like on the front of a magazine, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the thing about that kind of animation, because you get it with like, how like you watch Toy Story 1 now and it looks awful.
Yeah.
Like that advert could have come out and looked amazing if it was like 15 years ago, but now it's really sad.
I've never wanted to actually see Tom and Jerry die so much.
We're going to move on to our headline advert. It's from a product that Bilal was very, very dear to you and to all of us, really, because it is one of the most fun games ever made, and also it features a real life superhero if you're a certain way inclined, and a real life supervillain.
Let's go. Bring it on. Fire. Try telling them it's only a game. No. you know.
What a game! What a game!
Oh yeah, incredible.
Just so much fun. Pro Evo was the king back then. Right? Obviously, FIFA is massive, and I think a lot of people won't realise that it wasn't always the case. Like, obviously, it always sold well, but Pro Evo was just what you played with your mates. It was fun. It was just so much easier to play, and you didn't have to have an engineering degree to execute a successful cutback in the penalty area. It was great. I love how rubbish the advert is as well.
Yeah.
So many weird little, like, why the little DJ scratch at the end?
That's a shame. If you watched it without the sound on, I think it'd be a lot better. I don't mind how it looks, but the whole like trying to be like urban with it.
I do enjoy the sort of parkour approach they both take to sitting on a couch.
Yeah.
Where you'd sort of fly through the air, Matrix style, bum first onto a couch that's for some reason sat up, and you flip it over. I'd have 1,000 goes at that, and I wouldn't get it right once.
Although they're wearing the worst things in the world for parkour because they've got jeans on and football boots. Who's doing that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
And who's supporting John Terry in that matchup? Come on, man. I mean, you two are Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
So obviously we know whose star you're hitching your wagon to, but so are we all. It's obviously Thierry Henry.
It's amazing that they used him in the marketing. Was this maybe before the Wayne Bridge thing? It must have been, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this was 2005. That's the 2006 shirt, isn't it? So yeah, that was like 5 years later. But we knew he was a baddie before then.
He was.
There's a reason. There's a reason they're playing in the middle of the football pitch. There's a reason they're not playing at Thierry Henry's house. It's like, it's like you tried it on with my wife last time, John. Like, come on, I want this time.
You can pull that with Wayne Bridge. I am Thierry Henry. You don't do that. You simply do not do that. I quite like the subplot of the annoyed groundsman as well. Again, it's just pointless fluff. This whole advert, it's got no plot, but it's got bits of loads of plot.
Yeah, these footballers keep coming in here when I'm trying to do the grass and playing a PlayStation.
I like the line. Try telling them it's only a game. All right, it's definitely a game. You can buy it from a shop called Game.
Yeah, and it's actually more than a game. It's a game of a game. So it's double game.
Inception,
Did you ever... So I was like, I think I would have been like 12, 13 when that advert came out. And I'd find it weird that they're being mates in that advert.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they have like a little laugh with each other about the game. And I think that doesn't make any sense.
Don't buy it.
Worlds.
At all.
Hate each other like I do.
Oh, it does make me nostalgic for the actual game, though. I just want to play a game, have a shot, the keeper parry it, me square it to someone else and score. Keepers in games don't parry anymore. Real keepers do it.
You know what? That game is surprisingly realistic, like you wouldn't expect. So what I did, with my stream, I started by playing that game. And I thought, because I used to be so good at it, I just thought it's going to be too easy for me. But it's actually not. Like the way you have to time a pass or a cross is very different. Like it's not like FIFA at all, where FIFA's ridiculous now. It's so easy. Like
easy.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, no? I don't play football games anymore because they just make me realize how bad I am at them, and it makes me sad.
Oh right. I think, but it's like when you figure out the little things you can do, like a chipped pass, for example, in FIFA, is just so easy. If you've got like Neymar or someone up front, you'll just beat your friend every time. But like in Pro Evo, you can't just do it and hope for the best. Like they'll overhit it if it's excellent. And I hope football games can get back to that level.
Yeah. So you're playing the current Pro Evo now, aren't you, on the stream compared to Pro Evo 5? How does that compare?
It's good. It's not as good. It's because the thing is with football games, basically they had to try and make them a bit more easy to try and sell all the online stuff to kids, basically, is what's happened. So FIFA's a lot worse for that. But they're doing a thing. So a lot of people are hoping that Pro Evo is going to go back to what it was, because the next one they're releasing, they're like redoing all of it, like from scratch, basically, whole new gaming engine and stuff. So hopefully it can be that good again.
Yeah.
I've been promised this from Pro Evo before, though.
Oh yeah.
They've promised that a few times, and I've bought it and thought, oh man.
Right, on that, we're gonna get going. So thank you very much for joining us on We Like Old Adverts. If you've got anything to say, let us know in the comments. And Bilal, if people want to see your streams on Twitch, where do they do that?
Oh, it's twitch.tv/Zafarcakes, ZAFAR cakes.
Cool, nice one. Well, thanks for joining us. You two, I'll see you later, and everyone at home, thanks for joining. Mwah.
You know.